Let resolution be your solution.
Welcome to the lighter side of British politics with me, Ronsen Leighter, also known as Ronsen's Reasons, where we delve into the stories of the day. I'm blessed to have with me today two leading politicians from either side of the political divide, and we hope to flesh out some of the issues that matter to you. Later in the programme, we will take calls from several callers, delving into the deeper side of the political scales. Hope you enjoy the programme. I know it's a bit of a departure for us, for the newsroom, but we're glad to have these two guests with us. Hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to the huge discussion, the mass conversation. Today we have with us Mr. Ivan Pfeffel from one side of the British political divide, and his counterpart, Mr. Keith Starter. We aim today to discuss the deep issues and topical matters of the day with these two leading politicians. You make up your mind. This is Ronsen Leighter with a huge discussion. So this is my question of the day. Ivan Pfeffel, how do you start your day?
Well, the first job of the day, as far as I'm concerned, is to get breakfast done. And what I do, I have bacon and eggs and fried bread and a great English breakfast, with Danish bacon and free-range eggs, of course. Yes, wonderful. And so once I've got breakfast done, then I start looking at the agenda of the day. But the most important thing is to get breakfast done.
And are there any mottos that get you started in the morning that's inspirational?
Well, I get up in the morning and the very first thing I think of is factum est in petro prandium.
That sounds very impressive.
Doesn't that just mean get breakfast done? Well, I must say, judging by how well your suit fits you, or doesn't fit you, I should say, you are very concerned about certain meals of the day, maybe 3 or 4, a bit look of things.
So do you have a motto?
Well, after listening to this lot for so long, near enough 11 years, illegitimi non carborundum springs to mind.
I couldn't help but notice on the map that your constituencies are less than 15 miles apart, or around about 15 miles apart. To both of you, what makes your constituencies so different that one has voted to, as their MP, a left-wing candidate and the other right-wing? First, I'll go to Ivan.
Well, I think the reasoning is quite simple and straightforward, really. My part of my constituency is Ruislip. It's not spelled Ryeslip, it's more creatively spelled and it attracts a more discerning voter. It's Ruslip. So you would have to be a bit more intelligent and upmarket, else you'd forever be looking in a thesaurus to figure out how to spell your own constituency.
And the very same question, of course, across to you, Sir Keith.
Well, I think my area is very cosmopolitan. And the reason I think that is because our railway station, St Pancras, is right there. And it's linked both to the Channel Tunnel and the north of England. So it has that cosmopolitan air of sort of earthiness and grittiness about it. And that's why I think people vote for a left-wing candidate such as myself. So those are my left-wing credentials as far as I'm concerned.
These days we're in a very fast-moving political arena, and there have just been a recent by-election. I just wonder, Ivan, can we come to you for your reaction to the by-election?
Well, the most important thing, I would say, is we're winning, and winning is second nature to us, and so therefore we're winning, and therefore we're not losing, and so therefore we're very happy and successful at winning. And that seems to be very important because it keeps us in power. And what we intend to do is keep winning. And the more winning that we do, the more we can push forward our agenda of more winning, really. And I'm looking forward to that. Because there's nothing breeds winning like winning. And success is also important to allow you to keep winning.
And Sir Keith, may we move across to you? What's your reaction?
Well, I'm taking full responsibility for our defeat. What some people would call losing, I see as an opportunity. And I'm going to take that opportunity. I personally am going to take full responsibility. I'm not going to shirk from that responsibility. So as soon as I can think of whom, I'm going to sack somebody. And when I sack somebody, they'll stay sacked. And that'll be a learning point, and we can move forward with the learning point that if things go wrong, it's always advantageous to sack somebody. And that's what I intend to do, and I'm going to sack somebody. And I hope that's let that be a lesson to everyone who doesn't allow us to be successful, that somebody somewhere will get sacked. And that's my responsibility to pick who it is and when they'll go, and that's what I'm going to do.
Could I have the chance of rebuttal there? What I intend to do as well, not just the winning, but consolidating the win. And how I intend to do that, what I intend to do with that, I'm going to consult my copy of Winston Churchill, My Early Life, read the chapters, study some of his strategies and bring them into force in 2021 to consolidate our victory with really innovative modern policies.
And now we're at that juncture in the programme where we're going to take callers. I have no idea what the unscripted questions are that they're going to put forward. We have William from north of the border. I imagine the question he's going to ask is possibly about Scottish devolution. I have no idea. So I'll move over to you, William, and the floor is yours.
Aye, well, my question is all about to Mr. Starter, Sir Keith. It's all about you seem to have this penchant for sacking vocal northern women from your cabinet if something even slightly goes wrong. I mean, is this a trend that we can expect to see for the future, or is it just some sort of temporary aberration?
I hope you're not trying to imply that I find these women uncouth because they're northern, strong women. It's nothing could be further from the truth. I've got to look at a longer term strategy, the way I want to move the party forward, reposition ourselves so that we've got a chance of victory. And to do that, I have to make some very tough decisions.
And our next caller is Arthur. And I believe you want to talk about something to do with the fish situation.
Yeah, no, I was really fascinated. I work just next door to the fish market, and a lot of people are very concerned about the fish situation. And I think it would be a good idea to flesh out the situation with the fish with regard to the situation following the Brextremism situation. I don't know whether you are happy for me to ask this question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what's going to be the situation with regard to the fishing situation from now on, gentlemen? Mr. Pfeffel and Mr. Starter.
We'll go to Mr. Pfeffel first.
Well, our fish all I know is that our fish are happy and proud to be British fish once again, and we've got control over our own area, fishing areas, and that's a resounding success. And we got the fishing situation done.
And Mr. Starter?
I've never heard such nonsense in my life. This situation with the fish, it's a disaster, an unmitigated disaster. And the only thing that I can say, it's very ironic you should be mentioning fish, because there are a lot of fishy comings and goings in number 10 these days, aren't there? But anyway, regarding free ports, there's nothing new about the idea of free ports. I mean, Liverpool was a free port at one time, wherever that is.
Returning to Arthur, were you satisfied with the answer you got from these two top-level politicians?
You must be joking. They're trying to pull the scales over our eyes. All their plans seem to be dead in the water, as far as I'm concerned. They both a bit of a joke. So I intended to waste my vote, just like my brother did. I'm going to go and vote the Green Party, I think.
Our next caller has a question for Ivan. Fred from the north of England.
Oh, I'm a through. Brilliant. Now then, I understand, Ivan, you've just renovated your flats, and I think the key thing to notice is that your wallpaper is over £800 a roll. I mean, I could wallpaper a whole house with wallpaper for £800 worth of wallpaper. But other than that, is it not true that you bought fixtures and fittings that you can take with you when you move on, like an £8,000 sofa and a very expensive drinks trolley? So you're feathering your nest for the future, are you not? This is what your opposition are calling sleaze, and I think that needs further investigation, don't you?
I rather resent this implication about sleaze. Sleaze? Well, not at all. It's high quality furniture. The wallpaper is tremendously select. I don't buy any old, second hand or anything like that. I mean, the settee and everything, the drinks trolley are very high quality items. There's no sleaze there.
And over to you, Mr. Starter. What's your view on the sleaze situation?
Well, I mean, I just don't know where to put myself. He's talking about there's no sleaze whatsoever. Next, he'll be selling cheap holidays. I don't know.
And here we have another question from Ron in the Northeast. Go ahead, Ron.
Aye, that's right. This is Ron from the Northeast. Now, I've rung in not to ask a question, right, but to make a comment. That Gretchen Battenberg, she makes more sense than these two clowns as far as I'm concerned with all the green issues. And I mean, she's not even big.
Well, thank you for that comment, Ron. Straight to the point and very focused. It's clear to see that you realise that your own area and Hartlepool actually are on the same planet as other issues that affect us all, with the future of the development of broader factors. Well, thank you for that comment. Our final caller is Julian, and I believe you have a question. It's speaking to me on my earpiece now. Is it something to do with sartorial elegance?
Well, you could say that. It's actually, my question is about hair. You're both very famous and iconic for your actual hair. Oh, I'll just tell you one thing while I'm on. I'm a hairdresser, as I think some people realise. And many people say, Mr. Starter, that I actually sound like you. I don't know how true that is. I mean, I don't know whether you want to be identified with sounding like a hairdresser. But anyway, hair is very vital and integral to both of your public images. One of you for being looking like you've just got out of a bed backwards, and the other one looking like you use half a gallon of hair product on your hair a week. Could you tell us something more about how you chose your different hairstyles? I think certainly my customers would like to know.
Oh, no. My hair, it's completely natural. I don't cultivate it in any. You say this getting out of bed look. Yes, I just get out of bed and I go straight to work. So there's nothing false about my hair situation. I mean, you ought to ask somebody whose hair's full of hair product about that kind of thing, not me.
And over to you, Mr. Starter.
Well, it's the right one, pretending his hair's not cultivated, but it is. Now, I like to look after my hair. I like to look my best for the public, for the voting public, so that they can choose somebody who makes an effort and actually considers their opinion and their feelings as something important. So yes, I do like to look after my hair, and I think it stands out and shows very well, and my suits. I mean, judging by my colleague over there, looks like he's just fallen out of a skip. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But anyway, that's I shall leave it there. And as for my voice sounding somewhat like yours, Julian, I don't think so. My voice is very manly and husky compared to yours. I think I command leadership and attention from the listenership. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I think it's a world away.
This is Ronsen Leighter now, signing off. I think that's been a very productive discussion. I think we've all learned a lot. I thank my two guests for coming to the studio and sharing their time with us. I know they're very, very busy men. That's Mr. Keith Starter and Ian de Pfeffel from opposite sides of the house. I think it's been a very constructive evening. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, communicate with us in the usual manner via the website and the Facebook pages and so on. And next month, we'll try for something similar. And once again, thanks for tuning in. I've been Ronsen Leighter with the lighter side of British politics.
Oh, I hope I didn't come across as too harsh doing that, because obviously people need to know we need to work together. to secure British politics for the future.
No. It's all right. It's all for show. We all know that.
Well, yes, I know, but, you've got to go for a bit of cut and thrust, haven't you? Because obviously the public expects us to fight each other.
Well, they expect us to see a fight. They don't expect us to actually have a fight. They all know that we're all in it together, running the country. It's a full-time job as long as we can keep the equilibrium as stable as we possibly can.
Well, yeah, you're right, of course. What I'll do next time, I'll just pull my claws in a tiny bit more. Next time we have a leaders' debate, okay?
Oh yes, I'll do the same. It'll all go down rather well. Yes, I think that went rather well. What about back to number 10 for drinks? We've got a very well stocked cabinet,
That seems like a really good idea. Yes, I think I will. A nightcap, that'd be nice. I think it would.
Well, yes, we've got a very well stocked drinks cabinet, far better stocked than your shadow cabinet.
Oh, you are awful to me. But I will have a drink.
If you like this channel, like and subscribe our page. Share it with your friends. If you understand the underlying message here, which is about entertainment and fun,
Keep smiling.
then continue to stay with us. I look forward to interacting with you in the future.